G'day guys, welcome back to Supercoach with DR and welcome to my NBL Supercoach team reveal for 2024. Now, for those of you that aren't involved in NBL Supercoach, there is still time. Now, by the time this video gets out, I reckon there'll be maybe an hour to an hour and a half up your sleeve. Put something together quickly and have a crack because it's a really, really fun game. And you can actually practice some strategies that you may use in your AFL Supercoach season as well. But I started playing last year, so I only played 1 year of this game, finished just outside the top 1,000, but I learned so much about the strategy and how to play the NBL version of Supercoach. For example, the players on your bench, 50% of their score counts towards your total score each week. I had no idea about that when I was selecting my initial team last year. As soon as I found out about that, it's like, okay, this is a completely different game. And to what I was thinking, you got to look at things differently. Secondly, schedule. That is massive here. The double game weeks and the fixture, huge when it comes to selecting your initial team anyway. Take a look at the fixture, but don't just look at the first couple of weeks. Look at 3, 4, 5 ahead and make sure that your planning's up to scratch because that's a huge part of the game of NBL Supercoach. Shout out to my man Verns as well. To be honest, I wasn't even going to put out any sort of a team reveal, but I was watching Verns' team reveal last night and did give me a bit of a shout out and said it'd be great if I could put a team reveal out myself. So much love to you, brother. If you haven't checked out Verns' channel, please do yourself a favor. He's the man to go to. I'm not the person to go to for in-depth knowledge on players here. I have just played for a season myself, so very, very much rookie. All I'll be doing for my videos is basically sharing my journey and doing a bit of a weekly review. Who am I trading in? Who am I trading out? All the rest. So let's get into this, guys. Now, to start off, we'll start off with the forwards, and I'm actually skipping some of the higher price players here and looking to get a pod in my side, and that's Darius Days. So what I like about Days is the fact that he's only in 8% of teams, and what I'm looking to do is at least start one pod on my field. So I think he fits the bill. I'll explain who I've got in the center in a little bit, and this also plays into why I'm starting with Days down back. But I think that the good thing about Days is that he doesn't rely on one area for his scoring. I think he's got a good range of scoring ability. You know, with Clark gone, I think that he can be the man to really, really step up. And he almost averaged 30 points in the blitz as well. So tick, tick, tick for me. It is a little bit of a risk. You could be going with more of a highly owned type player down here, but he does have the double in week 2. And I'm actually looking to potentially pivot off him anyway. And when I get to my center, you'll see who I can pivot him well as well. So I think with that double, a pod pick at 8%, I'm pretty happy to run with Days at the moment. But again, not looking at this guy as necessarily like a really long-term type pick. The next bloke absolutely just picks himself. It's Jack White. So look at the price there. You don't even really need to say anything. So with White, he's averaged 35 in the blitz or close to 35 in the blitz as well. Ultimate fixture in Melbourne. So I've got it written down somewhere. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 for double game week. So you at least want him for 2 and 3. Look, you could maybe jump off if you want for a couple of weeks and get on that nice run again. But I think he's someone I'm happy just to leave here with his scoring potential and that great fixture. Just an absolute no-brainer for me. Now, the next fella here is, again, pretty much a lock. And a big part of this, for me anyway, is his high ownership. One of the highest owned players in Supercoach at the moment. Certainly a tease, or he was last year, but he has started this blitz like an absolute house on fire. And I haven't got his ownership down here, but I know it's right up there. And the fact that he's got that DPP as well, I think that's really handy. So with Lockie Aldridge at this stage, I'm just going with the crowd on him. So I just took him out. Now, this is a tough one. How do you spell it? Le Pepe. I'm going with Le Pepe at the moment. Now, obviously, bargain basement price, but I've been tossing and turning, whether to start Le Pepe or whether to start Benny Henschel, because I'm not starting both at the moment. Now, I've decided to go with this bloke, and a lot of it is due to fixture. Now, he's obviously got that double in the second week, whereas Henschel has 2 singles, and then he's got the double in round 3. So what I'm thinking with this play is to have a look at how this bloke goes and also get a price rise. Well, you'd hope to get a price rise anyway. Whereas Henschel, he's got the 2 singles, and then he's also got the added bonus of DPP. So even if I want to keep on to Lepepe, I can bring Henschel in to that Aldridge spot if things don't go well there, or I can also bring in to a guard bench spot as well. So that's probably a big reason why I'm starting Lepepe at the moment. You may be thinking it's a bit of waste for a trade, and it could be. I may be getting this wrong. I'm not too sure. But even if, a couple of my guard benches don't really work out well, there's some easy downgrade money. You get your Benny Henschel in, particularly before round 3 when he's got that double. I think that's the play I'm currently looking at the moment. Now, the risk with that is that, if Henschel does pop off, and we're hoping that he does, or even if he doesn't completely pop, but looking like he's going to make some really decent coin for us, it's almost like a forced trade in. But I just think that early double, and who knows what this bloke could produce as well. I'm going to go with that play at the moment, but I'm thinking that Henschel will probably come in at some stage. So Days White, Aldridge, and Lepepe for the forward spots. All right, into the centers. Now, I'm really not sure what to do here. I've been tossing and turning. Originally, it was the Melbourne Blokes. It was Lee, then it was Lowe. And I thought to myself, now, do you know what? I just need more information. I need more information about how Melbourne are absolutely going to set up, what they're going to be looking like in season, the 2 big boys. So for me, I'm just going to get an absolute must-have. And lots of people have this bloke ready in your forwards, and I certainly didn't forget about him. Mr. Oliver. Now, there's not a lot to say about this bloke. He's an absolute must-have. So what I will say is that if you haven't got White or Oliver, please have a look at that situation that you're in and really rethink it, because all the people in the game that I respect that play NBL Supercoach have said that these guys are absolute locks, and I agree as well. So I'm not going to spend a heap of time because I'll make this video really quick. But Oliver, I think, is an absolute must-have. Just absolutely on fire as well. Now, the other bloke, Rocco. Look, do you go as far as saying he's a must-have? I'm not too sure, but highly touted to be a top 10 NBA draft pick this year. So the scouts will be there. The issue possibly for Rocco, and look, he's the second big man. He's obviously coming off the bench. But I think that the issue for him, how's he going to deal with that added pressure and expectation, knowing that there's going to be scouts there? I'm not too sure. I don't really know a lot about the bloke, but given the fact that he's highly touted, surely they want to give him some decent court time anyway, just to show off what he can actually do. The other thing here, listen to Vern's video. You almost sold me this bloke last night, is Harrison. He's been the highest scorer in the blitz. So that's another option that you could look at. But I think for now, I'm probably just going to start with Oliver and Rocco. Oliver's going to start either way. It's just a matter of, is he actually going to be a forward or is he going to be a center? That's probably the big decision that I've got there. But as I mentioned, just quickly getting back to Oliver, if Days doesn't work out, or even if I'm looking to flip him anyway, I can always get Oliver back, Days into that center position, and then get your Harrison or get one of those 2 Melbourne boys. So I think it gives me a little bit of flexibility there. So at this stage, I'm okay with how I'm going in the centers. Alrighty, on to the guard spot now. I'm just going to lock this bloke in, but I'm going to talk about some strategy that I've got with Bryce Cotton in a minute. The next bloke I'm going to get in here is Mr. Shea Illy. Now, a big reason for this is obviously Melbourne's fixture. I've just went through it before with Jack White. I think White is clearly the best option for Melbourne. And in my opinion, at this stage anyway, I think that Illy, and we take price into consideration, all this sort of stuff, is probably the second best option for Melbourne. And I've only got 2 of these blokes at the moment. Lots of people have got at least 3 in their sides. Some of the teams I've seen anyway so far, obviously preparing for that fixture. But he averaged 28 points or close to 28 points in the blitz. And if he flops, then I'm thinking I can even go to Harris before his couple of doubles as well. So again, I feel like this is someone that I can start, and if it doesn't work out well, I've got other options around the price anyway. Obviously got Cotton there that's at a pretty high price as well. The next bloke I'm going to get, the first bloke I'm going to get on the bench is Glover. So I'm hoping that, he's obviously moved, in my opinion anyway, to get some more opportunity. I hope you can't hear River in the background. He's cracked it over something. I reckon it's because we put this new lock on the fridge. He's just been opening the fridge and it's just been an absolute nightmare. They say the terrible 2s. He's not even 2 yet. But I'll tell you what, I love him, but hard work at the moment. But who are we, Glover? So yeah, averaged close to 20 points in the blitz as well, and has that round 2 double. So lots of blokes here that I've got with that round 2 double. And the other guy, you won't be surprised, I don't think either. Again, a very popular play here is Hickey as well. So what was his average in the blitz? Well, close to 20 in the blitz, or might have been even right on 20 on the blitz. Just looked great in the preseason. And another one with that round 2 double, but then we're looking at a few singles. So 3 Illawarra, I wasn't planning on starting 3 Illawarra, but I think at this stage, I'm happy with all 3, and I'm happy to pivot as well if I need to. So let's get to this bloke, Bryce Cotton. Now, I've been umming and ahhing about Bryce Cotton and what to do, whether or not to start him or not. I've decided to start him because I feel that by starting Bryce Cotton, you open up so many options. It's not funny. So the first option you've got is to start him week 1, 448,500, and then after this week, trade him to literally anyone in the game. Prices do not change, same as AFL Supercoach, until that 3rd week. So it's so safe for at least the first week. We don't have any obvious captain choices. There are no teams on a double this week. So if there are no teams on the double, who is one player that you'd love to be able to captain, it's Bryce Cotton. And particularly coming up against Sam, he loves playing against these blokes and tends to dominate as well. So I think this is the perfect week to have Bryce Cotton in your side. If you want to flip him, you can. That's fine. Another thing that you can do is simply keep him for the first 3 weeks. So you obviously got week 1, everyone's on the single. You really want him there. Week 2, he's on the single as well. Few teams have doubles, so not the best. But then week 3, he's on a double as well. It will be very, very scary not owning Bryce Cotton on a double. It's like the ultimate captain selection that you can have Bryce Cotton on a double. So they're the type of options that you've got. The safe thing about it, as I mentioned, if you're looking to flip after this week, is the fact that his price isn't going to change. So you're guaranteed not to lose money. So they're the 2 strategies that you could potentially look at someone like a Cotton. Now, given the fact that you might have someone like Henschel down in your forward line with that DPP flexibility, you can maybe get high price forward in if you haven't got the biggest forward names down there. If you'd like to do that, get a Cooks or someone like that if they float your boat. There are just so many options that you've got by starting Bryce Cotton. Now, you could put these funds somewhere else. You could start with someone else and have 100K in the bank. But really, how much trading are we going to be doing after the first week if it isn't apart from injuries? So these are all the things that I'm taking into account. But again, if I'm planning on getting someone like your Henschel in who I haven't started, maybe that Harrison who I haven't started as well, then you can't be using your trades to bring blokes in if you've got other guys that are must trade outs if they're injured and all the rest. So there may be a few risks in the way that I'm going about this, but yeah, I'm pretty happy to start with Bryce Cotton. Now, there are a number of other blokes here that I've considered, like your Prather as well. Antonio is another guy who I think may have a little bit of potential, with Armstrong out. I think that, and there's someone else as well. I forget who the other one is. But I think there may be some more opportunity for him. But again, with the lack of doubles, I don't think you need to go there early. He's someone that you could also trade in as well. I won't go through all the other blokes that I'm thinking because, again, I'm not the real expert when it comes to this. I thought that people may just be a little bit interested in who I've got on the side anyway. So that is it for now, guys. Again, a massive shout out to Verns. Make sure that you check out the Great Man's channel. It starts at 8:30 tonight. So first game is 8:30 tonight. And I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Remember, your bench players, 50% of their score counts towards your total score for the round. So don't just go your 69 Ks for everyone on the bench and go really hard on field. Make sure that you spread some of that money out and actually have some decent options or semi-decent options on the bench. That'd be my last piece of advice. So that is it for now, guys. Good luck with your team. Shout out to everyone that's got around Vern and got around my channel as well. Much appreciated, guys. Enjoy the NBL season. And I'll tell you what, in the comment section, I will leave because I can't even think off the top of my head what any league codes are. I'll put some league codes down in the description. Feel free to join up as many as you want. So that's it for now, guys. All the best. I'll see you next one. Cheers. Bye.